Winfried Hempel is heading home. He spent his childhood in the now infamous Colonia Dignidad cult. 20 years of beatings, physical labor, and psychological abuse.
It's not a place I want to go back to. It's kind of like a job that's uncomfortable for me. I try to limit my visits to 2 or 3 days at a time. It's difficult and mentally exhausting being there.
The former cult compound is now called Villa Bavaria, or Bavarian Village. The gates are kept closed, just like when Hempel lived here. Behind these fences, Paul Schaefer, a German immigrant, ruled supreme. In the 1950s, he was wanted by authorities in Germany on abuse charges. He fled to Chile, where he founded Colonia Dignidad. At first, the compound was held up as an idyllic slice of German life. But for 40 years, these walls hid stories of abuse, torture, and murder. The villa's residents call themselves colonos, and there are still around 70 who call the compound home. A hotel and restaurant are located on the same ground where Schaefer once abused his followers. The cult leader's house is still standing. Now it's used as a music school and prayer room. But the residents tore down the bathroom, where Schaefer abused dozens of young boys. Today, Winfried Hempel works as a lawyer in Santiago. He's suing both the German and Chilean governments on behalf of the 90 remaining victims of Colonia Dignidad, like Harold Lindemann.
Paul Schaefer's bedroom was behind this door. Every night another boy was scheduled to work here. In other words, spend the night with him. It's not something you want to think about.
Paul Schaefer's abuse touched almost all the men in the colony. Most were young and cut off from their families, easy prey for the experienced abuser. The lingering trauma inflicted by Schaefer still causes problems for many of Hempel's clients, including for Helmut Bonau and his wife. They're hoping the lawsuit that Hempel has prepared will help them start a new life.
I didn't know my father, mother, or my siblings. That's why we want to change our fate. We want to show that we can be a real family, despite what happened.
Helmut blames both Germany and Chile for what he suffered. Many of Colonia Dignidad's residents were dual citizens.
We had 2 passports, and that means 2 court systems as well, the German and the Chilean, and both of them failed us.
Winfried Hempel and Colono Efran Vedder are helping others learn about what they experienced. A recent film has rekindled the question of who's to blame for the abuse. German Foreign Minister Frank-Walter Steinmeier has admitted Germany made mistakes in the Colonia Dignidad case. Both countries have done little to expose the full extent of the cult's crimes. Hempel represents the colonos for free. He says he only wants to see justice done.
I'm amazed by Winfried's fight. He decided all alone to fight for the victims. Efrain has so much energy and keeps fighting because you can never give up the fight.
Hempel plans to formally sue Chile, then to expand his case to Germany. His fight for justice for the colonos continues.